Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The heroes of What Change are mastering new skills in preparation to face the Dark One. Shadowrogue studied with the cleric and realized he needed to pray outside of moments of crisis. Del butted heads with the arrogant leader of the bards, but learned some spells along the way. Shadam channeled his rage alongside the barbarian leader, and Tyler had the shit kicked out of him by a crazy old man until magic happened. Shadam also wrote a devious letter to Shadow Jimmy attempting to convince her to stay loyal to him and distrust Tyler. Will the troupe manage to complete their training before the town is attacked again? I doubt it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft. We got the whole gang back together here to record our second episode. But first, I will try to recap the first episode. All of our heroes were training in their various classes. Tyler showed up to meet Glow Silverseed, along with the Omega Sergeant and Shadow Jimmy / Hazel. Along the way, Tyler pissed off the Omega Sergeant, who wanted Tyler to be more evil, but also told Hazel the truth about her father, though whether or not she believes him is still a little bit up in the air, but it was a pretty good pitch. He was also banished from being trained by Glow Silverseed, and turned out he had to train with like an insane old man in a garbage-filled alley who just threw trash at him until he accidentally learned magic. Meanwhile, Del was trained by Rupert Darlin, a narcissistic theoretical bard who, if drawing could give supreme power, then he'd have that ability. But Del is the one with the reality blade who can actually do that, and she learned to trade vicious insults with him, amongst other bardly things. Shadowrogue went to meet with Sister Abasi in an improvised Church of Ezra and discovered that maybe he should do a little more praying on his own time instead of just asking for favors. So he's begun a non-transactional relationship with Ezra and begun to garner his own powers, having learned thaumaturgy and stepped down other paths that are leading him to being a full-time cleric. And Shadam discovered that he had a lot of internal rage when he went to train as a barbarian, practically mastered summoning that rage right out the gate. And at the end of this adventure, spent some stress. Adam did, not Shadam. Shadam lives in the world and these things just happen. Adam spent some stress that Shadam overheard Tyler telling Shadow Jimmy about the death of her father, and has crafted a forged letter to convince Shadow Jimmy / Hazel that Peter Nutter's just fine and that she should focus on Shadam. And that was where we left off on the last episode. Shadam, you are at the top of the roof of the mayor's tower. Everyone is settling down for bed. You, however, have been forging a letter to Shadow Jimmy / Hazel to have delivered. How are you going to get this delivered to Shadow Jimmy? What's your plan?
Well, I know where their school is because I followed them there. So my plan is to basically write it and then slip it under the door of the school so that when she gets there tomorrow, it'll be there waiting for her.
Excellent. I love all of that. Yeah. That's going to happen. You go back in, I imagine, and everybody goes to sleep. For the first time, you obviously not Shadowrogue, who doesn't sleep, but the rest of you go to sleep. And for the first time, you don't hear the sounds of combat out in the streets. With the three enemies defeated, the Dark One seems to be keeping his forces at his castle. So the whole town of Happy Town gets to have one restful night. Shadowrogue, how are you spending the night as the person who does not sleep?
I'm bored, but I'm just gonna go for a jaunt because I haven't actually explored the place myself, and I'm feeling good about myself. I don't need to have this 4-hour debrief like I usually do. I'm still in good health, so I'm gonna go for a stroll.
Can you roll me a perception?
Yeah, man. I'll roll you whatever you want. Hold on, the thing's frozen. Give me a second. I will try this again. Give me a sec. Oh man, we're doing it live.
We are doing it live.
Okay, there it is. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay, that was a 13.
A 13. As you wander through town, taking in the sights, you begin to get a bit of a feel for Happy Town, as it generally is. But you also see a lot of moments of connection among the people here. It's something that you don't always get a chance to see when you're either dealing with the guild leaders or the other people who are training you or heading off to battle. But you begin to see these kind of more familial scenes. You're seeing people who are doing the night patrols that just seem to get along and be really kind of happy and friends. There is a regular day-to-day life going on here that you haven't been a part of, but you're realizing this is a fully realized town with a lot of meaningful relationships and connections, and protecting these people has been a legitimately good thing to do.
Oh, wow. And there's skinless folk around here too.
Yep.
Well, I'm okay.
And lizard folk now. A small number of a tinier faction of lizard folk that you would have probably heard over the course of things had left and were teamed up with Cat Letwin, a comedian that you heard about in your shadow puppet play.
Right. What a healthy, growing community. You know what? I just want to. I'm soaking it all in. I want to do something nice for the gang when they wake up. Can I purchase some food or something for everybody so they all have a nice breakfast in the morning? Like everybody starts out so they can train and be at the best of their ability. Everybody's giving their all. So.
Great. You see a shop that over the shop, it says Human Tinker and Store. It is open.
Oh, okay. I just strolling in. Hi there. Praise be to Happy Town. I'm wondering, do you have any sort of what do people eat? Pies? Do you have any pies or pastries? Something, very nice.
A very tall figure in a trench coat and a hat. As you walk in, there are a few items on two different shelves and then a long counter, the long wooden counter with a wall behind it with pictures of different items and a door that lets kind of the salesperson go back and forth from the warehouse. And in front of you is the owner of the shop, who is 7 feet tall, very oddly built, in a long trench coat and a hat. And when they turn around, they just have a big smiling mask on and they just say, hello. I'm so excited to see you. Welcome. I am Terrific Tom, the Human Tinker. Definitely human. So excited to be here. You were looking for what again?
Yeah. Hi, Tom. I'm looking to see if you have any any foodstuffs, pastries, something. I want to get some friends something to eat for the morning.
Well, we don't have much, but we got some options. And Tom turns in that way that the shoulders turn before the hips do, and then they catch up, and a hand reaches up with a glove on the end, and none of the fingers move, and it just latches into a hook and pulls down an image, and you just see a hawk of ham, you see a bag of apples, you see a bottle of wine, and those are the only three options that are presented.
So I only heard the bottle of the wine. What were the two others?
There is a big kind of ham hock.
Okay.
And then there was a basket of apples. Those are the three pictures on it. Yeah, this is what we got.
Oh. Well, okay. What
Tom,
I know.
the Human Tinker.
Okay. Oh, geez. Do you have a discount for all three? Or can I just buy all three? I'll just take all three. That's what I'm going to do.
Do you have any gold? Shadow Rogue, you are wearing a medal that says that you are part of the Chosen One's band of companions.
Oh yeah. I got this recently. So I don't know. This is I'm kind of a VIP. I was wondering if maybe you could. I don't know. We're kind of like the saviors of the town. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, sort of thing.
Yeah. And the legs and head both turn to face you, and then the torso turns a second later.
I'm sorry, are you a robot? Sir?
No. We are Tom the Human Tinker.
It's just I've never encountered anybody. I've met lizards, I've met people without flesh, but I've never met anybody that speaks or gesticulates like you do. What's under those clothes there?
Are you only a persuasion with advantage?
Okay.
What's under those? Good, bad?
One.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
21.
There we go.
One. Tom the Human Tinker just says to you, you can have the stuff you need and we'll tell you the truth because you are one of Wet Change. And Tom drops the coat and pulls off the mask, and you realize it is 3 small lizards that are all about 2.5 feet tall that have been standing on each other's shoulders, pretending to be a person, reaching out with the arms with tails and things.
Oh my God. That's adorable. Look at you little guys. How long have you been doing this?
This has been our bit for a while. We're actually Drukit, Numpty, and Peely Wally. 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Oh my God. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And you're entrepreneurs.
Yep.
Okay.
3 pairs of hands, 3 times the work. Don't need employees. We just pretend to be Tom, the Human Tinker.
Oh, well, this is great. Thank you so much, Tom. Tom the Tinkerer. Look, this has been great. This is a slice of life I haven't experienced before. I'm wondering, do you also have, because of my little medal, do you have anything else? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking now because this is so nice. Do you have any special wares that also you might want to, I don't know, bestow on me, Shadow Rogue?
We can give you anything you need, anything you want, whatever we got in the store, because you are the chosen one. And 2 of them are already running around and pulling out the food items and setting it for you.
Oh, great,
what are you looking for? Okay,
well, I have food, so I want a big pastry. I want a donut, which is another pastry. A lot of pastries. I feel like nobody hates pastries. I'm going to take all of this stuff too, but for any of your tinkerers, I'm like your things that aren't foodstuffs, do you have anything that might help a young cleric praise better?
We could make you a symbol of a particular god. We could tinker one for you. What's your god?
My god is Ezra, the one and only, the divine who lives up in heaven and looks down on us.
All right, and what do you think that Ezra looks like to you?
Oh God. I'm trying to think. I think to me, there's no reference point, but maybe it's the way you're talking that's pulling something out of my brain. But I'm thinking of this giant blue head floating kind of almost in like a tube to contain it. It's like a big, bald, blue head. Just so omnipotent, like
knowing blue balls. Got it. All right, we'll send that to you when you're ready.
Okay, thank you. And then I take all my stuff and I get my little. What is that? You have already given me this thing?
Yeah, the medal that you already had was your medal for having defeated the 3 things. Paul Rudd gave that to you guys when you got back to the city.
Yeah.
And then they are going to make you your pastries and deliver your holy icon in the morning. They need time to get things ready.
Okay, thank you. But I'll take the apples. I'm going to take the wine. I'm going to take this last thing. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yep. So you go back and you set things up. The delivery comes in just before sunrise. So just a beautiful selection of pastries. And you get a holy icon. So it is about a foot tall. It's designed to be something that you can hold, wrap your hand around, and it shows the symbol on the far side. It looks almost like an eye, just a capital I with a big circle in the center of it. It's made of copper and silver beaten together. And then it's got a painted blue smiling face in the middle. Clearly a quick alteration of a Happy Town symbol, but you can hold that up and use that as a holy icon to summon magic through.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Everyone else, you wake up to the smell of bountiful pastries, and Tyler, you wake up to the smell of your own garbage-ridden body.
Yep. I'm gonna take a bath, and I guess I don't have a change of clothes. I'm gonna borrow something from Paul Rudd, I guess, and. Something from Mayor Paul Rudd and take a bath.
So you successfully actually, can you roll me a sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is a 9 + 1 for 10.
10. You still got a little bit of stink, but it mostly comes off. And you end up with one of the red velvet mayoral robes just shoved under your general armor. So it looks way fancier than normal.
Okay, right on.
But you're geared up. You all get to feast on pastries. Is there anything you would say to each other before you go spend your day of training?
Where did all this come from?
What is all this?
What a spread.
I know. I hope you guys enjoy it. The pastries and the wheat inside will keep you regular. And I think that's important for living creatures such as yourselves. Just have a great day and just know that Ezra loves you all. Even you, little guy. And I'm pointing at the great illusionist Omega Sergeant of Magic and Shadows or something.
Yeah, thank you. And then the sun rises and the rays come through the window. And you all look as the sun rises. And beside you, Del, you see Timothy the Weasel hit with the sun and the giant rat that you had given to Adam hit with the sun. And they both start to break into little pieces of themselves in the sun until they fully evaporate into nothing.
Oh, no. Dr. Ratman, I scream.
Oh, okay. Is it just, maybe it's just for a day, an animal?
The light thing?
Oh, no. How cruel. Why is this world so cruel?
At the risk of, sounding cruel, do you want to try and make another one with your little Pokeball? Or is this kind
let's
of
just do it.
grim
I'm just pulling this out and throwing
okay.
another animal.
Great. Can you roll
in the middle of the room?
Can you roll me a D4?
It's a 4.
A 200-pound, massively haired and tusked wild boar appears in the middle of the room. Just thuds in a flash of light over the ball.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Whoa, hi. I'm gonna wave at it, see if it's docile like the other ones were.
And it looks over at you and just gives you a nod.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, pig.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's adorable.
I talked pet the snoot.
I talked to the sergeant. I'm like, I'd like to see you break that one's back.
You want me to try?
No, I was trying to be funny.
Oh. You're so funny, Black Knight.
Well, I love my kids, and can I give them some extra treats?
Yeah, sure. You can give them pastries.
Yeah, here you go, Jibby. Here's some extra treats for school.
Oh, thank you.
And
I've never been given food before. This is the best job ever.
Oh, well, I'm your dad, and I start crying black tears from my helmet. And I just love you both so much. Come here. And I just want to give them like a big double hug.
Yep, and they hug you back.
Good. Now off to school with you.
And they head off to school. I imagine, does everybody else go to their various trainings?
Oh yeah.
Tyler, with your whole being in an alley and garbage and stuff, are you gonna be okay doing all that?
I don't know. We'll do a check-in tonight, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe that was just day one. It's probably not. I don't know. It is what it is, right? It's just this whole thing is fucked up. Why wouldn't I train by having garbage thrown at me with magic?
Yeah, I guess. I'm feeding the pig an apple. You want Mr. Pig to go with you for safety reasons, or you gonna be okay?
No, it's okay. This is something that I want to do. I think I should do it, just kind of on my own steam. I'll figure it out. It's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. If something goes wrong, I'd like send up a signal flare or something. I don't know, but
we don't have those.
Back up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Tyler goes, Del, are you bringing Mr. Pig with you to your training, or are you leaving the wild boar here?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the wild boar here. I will be like, okay, you sit. Here's another apple. Be good.
And the boar just looks from you to the rest of the pastries on the table, and then looks back and kind of tilts its head with a knowing eyebrow, like,
Okay, maybe one or two. Here's a couple more. I'm putting lower down. These are the pig. I mean, you only live for a day, I guess, so enjoy.
The pig looks at you scared.
I mean, don't worry about that. Good pig. Stay.
Can you roll me an animal handling?
Oh no. Okay. It's a 5.
The pig just sitting there wide-eyed as you leave, and you realize this boar is having an existential crisis about only having one day to live. You accidentally taught an animal about death.
No. Well,
I'll take a commercial break right there.
that's a great place to go to
Oh man.
school.
Yeah.
So everyone is heading to their various instructors' locations, except for Shadam, who is following his children to their magic lesson and slipping a letter under a door, if I am correct.
Now, could I have tried to have done that in the middle of the night, just so nobody could see me?
So you wanted to leave the letter in advance.
Yeah. So when they walk in, the letter's already there.
Okay. Yep. I will allow that. Can you roll me a stealth?
Stealth. Okay.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Okay, stealth. It is a total of 15.
Total of 15. I actually have to look up someone's stats.
Ooh.
Just a second.
Ooh,
We're in a world where you are
intriguing.
dropping things off at the house of a relatively powerful wizard who is used to night combat patrols and spotting things. So would he have found the letter?
dropping off a note on the first peaceful night in the town's history.
Where? Oh man, I didn't think I would ever need this guy's stats because none of you were training with him.
Everybody just hears Shadam going.
That's right. There it is. Yeah. Ha-ta-ta-ta-ta. Here we go.
And when I move, it's like in horror movies when ghosts move, it's like that
okay.
Oh
janky.
no, the reverse
Oh, I
photography.
like that.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
what did you roll again?
I rolled a total of 15.
You managed to drop the letter off and it remains hidden.
Yes.
Great work.
Yes.
So you drop the letter off at night. You're off to your own lessons. So we have a different kind of scene. We're going to cut away to a scene where none of you are present,
Ooh.
but Shadow Jimmy / Hazel and the Squire walk through the door ready for their first lesson when she finds a letter on the floor and she reaches down and picks it up. And I know, Adam, you in character wrote this letter over break.
Yeah.
Could you read us this letter in the voice of your version of Peter Nutter?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So we can experience what she read.
Can you hold it up? Like Adam wrote a letter. Well, he's gone. Fuck it. I'll read
Oh!
Dear Hazel, my...
He's
Oh,
back.
He's back. He's back.
Oh.
Now I'm realizing. I guess I can tilt it, but if I hold it up to read it, I'll be covering the camera. But okay. All right.
Oh my God.
My dearest Hazel, first of all, I cannot apologize enough for my disappearance. There is nothing more I want than to hold my darling daughter in my arms, especially on her 18th birthday. But alas, I was called away on a secret mission as I left the caves of the Skinless after the one called Shadam saved me from my prison. I cannot tell you of my work, but know I have obtained a spell that allows me to watch over you, but sadly not speak to you. Reaching out to the people of Happy Town is punishable by death, as any chance of our mission being discovered must be kept quiet. But I risk my life to send you a warning. Do not trust Tyler. He serves a darker master and is trying to, what did I write? To tear you. Oh, wait. Sorry, I can't read my own writing.
You have to read it.
fast.
That's fine. She doesn't
This
get
is
those words
beautiful.
then as it's written.
Oh, is trying to turn you against your protector, dare I say, father, Shadam. Trust in Shadam, but don't let Tyler suspect that you are onto him. I must go. I love you more than words can say, my dearest. I miss you. I love you. Love, your father.
God damn.
That's
Evil son of a bitch.
That was
And
fucking
Hazel.
beautiful and horrifying.
Having taken in those words,
You thought I was going to be a jerk.
Yeah. I was waiting for it to be so funny.
I think we can also say abstractly, forging this letter does kind of make you a jerk. So
Fucked up. Yeah.
yeah, Hazel reads this letter, and Hazel is not sure how to feel, but she has a brother with her, and she has a teacher who knows the ways of wizards like her father. So she shares the letter with them. And normally, I would roll an insight roll for each of these three characters. But the Watchers have chosen this moment as perhaps one of the most impacted by them. They know the tension that is happening here. And the mist rises up. And the Omega Sergeant and Hazel and Glow Silverseed all don't realize it, but they are being charged in this moment. Adam, I need you to roll me a d6 3 times because we have 3 spooky successes or fearful failures.
Holy shit.
Which order would you like to roll these in? Who do you want to roll for first? Shadow Jimmy? Do you want to roll for the Omega Sergeant, or do you want to roll for...
He wants to do Omega Sergeant 3 times.
Well, I didn't expect that. Okay.
Yes.
Rarely have I seen the Watchers be like, this. I was blown aside immediately when you started reading the letter.
Incredible.
Okay, I'll roll for the teacher first. Because
Okay.
I feel, as a wizard, I talk about wizard things, so hopefully the wizard will be like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. Jeez, I'm like shaking. Okay, all right. 4.
Okay. Who would you like to roll for next? I think we do Omega Sergeant. I think we have to close out with Shadow Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
I think that makes
No,
sense.
fair enough. 5.
Okay.
No
Now
way.
the big roll. Roll for Shadow Jimmy.
4.
Wow.
Fuck, Adam.
Oh my God, Adam.
And-
oh. Shake
And-
it up.
The 3 of them review this letter. And Glow Silverseed starts off not entirely sure until he looks at some of the sentence structures and some of the curly cues on just the way some letters are written. And by sheer fluke of luck, Shadam, your handwriting is very similar to Peter Nutter's, even though you had no reference. So Glow Silverseed is won over. And for the Squire, secret missions make perfect sense. And Tyler always seemed distrustful anyways. The Squire's related to everyone else on this band. Why not Tyler? And Shadow Jimmy just looks at this and realizes that she's got her new father. And she crosses out the word Hazel at the top of the letter and she rewrites Shadow Jimmy in its place. Because she is Hazel no longer. She is Shadow Jimmy, son of Shadam. And she's a bad, bad man. Like her father.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Incredible.
Through a fluke of dice, that literally could not have gone better for you. So
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
he was broken.
Yeah. I have made 3 enemies
Oh.
this day without even knowing it.
Wow. Wow. Jeez.
Wow.
I think we're all just going to take a second to take a breath coming down off of that
Oh,
moment.
man.
That was
Oh,
fuck?
wow. Wow.
whew.
I'm just shaking my head.
Good idea, chat. There's no stopping.
Yeah,
good
wow.
idea.
3.
Adam, too.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Oh, this is like my guy lost the election or something. This is what it's like. Oh. Military service has just been enacted. A mandatory military. Oh, wait, what?
Oh
So-
boy.
You all go on to train. Today, Tyler, you just get the shit punched out of you all day. Just a big flat wooden sword. You're getting smacked with it. You're getting hit. And your trainer Tyler's just like, you gotta defend yourself. Just do it, fucker. And he hits you again.
How? I don't know. It's all been just luck up to this point.
Use magic, you dumb shit. And he just hits you with the big wooden sword again.
I just on instinct cast comprehend languages. It just doesn't help. I don't like
Arcana.
Keeps beating the shit out of me, but now I can say like stop in Elvish. Arcana 16.
16. Instead of comprehend languages, though that was a good bit. For the first time, you instinctively throw up a shield. And it increases your AC by 5. So the blow that would have landed stops in midair. And you realize that you have this power among the other things that you're discovering. And your trainer, Tyler, says, thank God my arm was getting tired, you dumb shit.
And my like eye is like swelling shut. So just why can't you just tell me what we're doing?
It's not how it's going to work in a fight. Sit down. He shoves a pile of garbage under you.
I'll take a seat.
All right, drink this. He hands you a tankard that looks disgusting.
I'm not big on drinks. Sorry.
What?
Is this a training thing or is this a social thing? I don't drink. I don't like.
This is a training thing. I don't give a shit about you socially.
What is it? What am I about to drink?
Oh my God, drink it or not.
Oh my God. Fine. You bastard. I like gulp it down. I like pound it back. I don't want to sip this. I don't want to nurse it. Just put the liquid in my body as much as possible, as fast as possible.
And all of your injuries heal up and you're back to full health. And you realize it was a health potion.
What the hell? I have these. Why is everything a fucking mystery with you?
We're not friends. I'm here to teach you how to go out there and kill a bunch of things. And so I got to teach you how to do that under pressure. If I just teach you how to do it in some sort of fancy lab, look at me, I'm a wizard, I read books. You can go be a bullshit wizard with the rest of them, or you could be a blade singer like me, where it's cool.
I would like our names to be the only thing we have in common. You're gross and weird, and you've been beating the shit out of me for 2 days in a row. But you know what? If that's what this is going to come to, fucking round 2, dude, let's do it. And I just stand up and just whip the tankard at him. So let's go.
And the two of you just start fucking brawling.
I've never fought someone in my life, and I just like grab him. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you roll me an athletics?
Oh, that's a good roll. With an okay modifier, 21.
You get the better of them this afternoon. You beat the shit out of each other. A lot of magic happens by accident, but you are earning some grudging respect from Tyler Hecklin in your dirty alley.
Yeah, all right. Grab him by the beard and just kind of pull him around like a fish on a hook.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dell, you were training with Rupert Darlin, and he is just walking you around the city, showing you various things that the bards have contributed to. And when you get to each place, there are clearly things that are collapsing or inconveniencing people, or like there are broken chairs. There's just other shit that's like dirty. It's not cleaned. He is contributing nothing. Do you walk around with him? Do you help clean those things up? What are you doing while he's giving you this like weird tour of disastrous parts of the city where he's just fancy?
Yeah, I'm going to put up with it for a while and just kind of smile and nod while I'm looking around, and eventually, okay, wait. So you're just showing off that your house is better and you're fancier than all the rest of these places? Is that the point here? What's the point?
Some people look for a point, and some people just experience life. I'm just showing you what these places are like. I'm showing you the city. I'm showing you these situations. I mean, this is all part of your education.
Okay, yeah, education, learning, show, but tell. Maybe tell me what the heck you mean by all this.
And he walks you down a street, and you see there are bards organizing things around his house and putting things together. And he says, what do you see when you see all of this?
I see a lot of people working for you for some reason. Make stuff fancy.
Great. And who don't you see working?
You.
I have a gift for not working and making other people work for me. I use the physical because, again, theoretically, the most powerful, so they'll allow it. I tried to use words, but unfortunately, you didn't help anyone, even though you really should have. But you could perhaps draw yourself a servant to do things for you.
Oh. But you can't do that because you don't have the, right?
Not yet. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable, though.
All right. So draw something helping. I don't know. I'll just try to draw what I think would be a helpful person, like a very person in overalls and a hat being helpful.
Okay, so you draw a person in overalls and a hat using the reality blade to just sketch it out in the air. And a moment later, you see that person start to move. And you have instinctively cast Unseen Servant. Just moving invisibly through the air, able to help out around you and help you out with things. A servant that no one else can see.
Oh wow. Oh, wait. Sir, I feel like this is similar to the animals thing. A servant person, maybe we can go help fix some of those buildings.
Ugh. And Rupert Darla just walks away. But you do get to go help, and the other bards seem to really appreciate that. Adam, you are in, or Shadam, you are in a weird version of therapy. You are sitting down opposite Francine the Frightful. You've got a laying out couch that you were on. And again, a house with no roof, and all the walls are torn down, and it's super shitty.
Right.
And she's like, all right, so the thing you got to worry about is, how are you going to maintain the anger? People try to balance themselves out. They try to become better. They try to learn. They try to work through their issues or whatever. And that's not what barbarians do. We make sure we can be angry anytime, forever.
Oh, hey, that sounds a lot easier than having to deal with all these problems I have. And I have problems. And
Perfect. Are there any problems that you've worked through? Like, are there anything you've solved?
Yeah. I mean, pretty well I've solved jealousy, patience, being giving, being loving and respectful.
I think we could start with jealousy and patience.
Okay.
You're a barbarian. You need to be impatient because that helps you find that rage like that. Bam, angry. You need to be jealous because when you meet somebody who you think is cooler than you, if you get angry enough, you can kick their ass. Am I right?
That happens all the time. Yeah, okay.
So all I'm saying is, how are you going to undo the healing you've done so that you can be more dangerous as a barbarian?
Well, teacher, maybe you could suggest something. I mean, I'm...
Which of your friends is the most better than you?
The most better than me. You know, Dell is a very, very, very good person. In fact, if I were to say anyone was the opposite of me, I would say she is, because literally, I think she is the nicest, most helpful person that I've ever met.
Are you jealous of that? That just sounds like she's the most useful. That doesn't sound like somebody who'd be your enemy.
Well, I mean, I kind of wish. Well, I mean, when everybody kind of goes to her for advice because she gives really good advice, and in my head, I'm like, oh, hey, what if you did this? But then I can't speak up, and everyone's like, oh, wow, Del, great job. Yeah.
So she silences you, and she takes away your voice, and she's stealing command from you, and she's taking away everything you've built your whole life trying to get. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
And then how could she do that to you? I thought you were supposed to be a king. I thought you were the chosen one. Aren't you the chosen one, not some sort of companion?
And I look down at the medal that says chosen one. I'm like, yeah, right here says I'm the chosen one.
Yeah, so do you want to be the chosen one, or do you want to be the chosen one's companion?
I want to be the chosen one. And my eyes blare red behind my mask.
And you reach down and grab the bed, and your fists close on it, and you shake it, and the whole thing shatters under you.
Ooh.
And Francine the Frightful goes, yeah, let's see, we're making good steps here. We're making really good steps for you into a better future.
Sorry about the chair, but that felt really good.
Don't be. Not my chair. Took it from a dead guy.
Nice. And I like high five.
And she high fives you right back, and you both high five so hard that you both like have to take a step back from each other because you're fucking into this.
Oh, and I want to do that. I forget what movie that is. Is it? It's like the thing where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Apollo Creed, they're like, "You son of a bitch," and then they like,
Predator?
Is it Predator?
Yeah.
And they grab hands, and there's just this close-up shot of just like arms flexing and sweating. I just want that to happen.
Roll
Apollo
me
Creed.
an athletics.
I keep forgetting his name. It's like whenever I see him, it's like it's Apollo Creed.
Roll me
sorry.
an athletics.
He plays a guy named Carl Weathers on Arrested Development.
Right. Remind me again. What am I rolling?
Athletics.
So sorry. Oh man, my athletics is 0, which makes me angry. 10.
You reach out and grab that hand with Francine the Frightful, and you both try to flex, and she immediately just arm wrestles your arm, not even trying to, so hard that you end up pinned to the floor. Just slams you down. Does that hurt?
Yes. And
Why aren't you mad?
getting mad now. And and my eyes blaze red, and I kind of spin on the ground like Curly does in the Three Stooges, and I'm like a really angry whoop, 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 whoop.
And she just picks you up and throws you through the fireplace. And she just yells, "Barbarians!"
And I hit the wall in a way that I have like an outline through the wall of my body.
You knock the whole fireplace over, but it's a hell of a moment. We'll take an ad break right there.
Oh my god.
Getting mad.
Shadow Rogue. You were spending your day training with Sister Abasi. She has brought out a small hammer, and she looks to you and just says, "So we need to teach you how to cure some wounds. So I'm just going to give myself a little one. This one is, we call it the baby mallet, because we got a big one, does a lot more damage. So we just start with this little tiny baby mallet," and she reaches down and just whacks herself a fucking smoker of a wound.
Sister, no!
Don't worry, because you're going to fix it. What you need to do is just focus your love of Ezra.
And I just flick a Tylenol at her. Take.
I don't know what that is. What does that do?
I don't know actually how it works, but it makes you feel better.
That's not what I need. We're here to work on your magic skills.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Obviously, you care about me.
Yeah.
Because you are upset that I did this thing to my arm.
Yeah, of course.
And you care about Ezra. You've got the love of the god inside you.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is channel your love of me and your love of Ezra and reach out and heal this wound. Just pray.
Yeah. Okay.
Touch this wound and heal it.
I just don't want to get you hit by lightning and something. Okay, fine.
Do you believe in Ezra?
Yes, I believe.
Then trust there be no lightning here.
Okay, and then I place my hand on her paw. And I'm just like,
okay, let's
spew the essence. Oh shit! Oh, sorry.
Okay, that was anything. Oh shit! Can you roll a d4?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh no!
She's dead.
It's so good every time, guy. Oh my god.
That's a 1.
Okay, so that stung a bit. With your hand,
sorry.
I would say do the prayer first, then do the
Okay.
touching.
All right.
Just let the hand rest.
All right. Right. Ezra, praise be. Thank you so much for breakfast and for helping me with that sweet discount with the lizards at that store. So I really need your help, baby. I need to be better at healing. And I need you to help me heal this wonderful lady, sister. What was your last name again?
Sister Abasi.
Abasi, Sister Abasi. Heal her hand. Let her fingers be less swollen. Let her blood run smooth.
So what are the keys to healing if you're going to want to do this sort of a combat scenario is to kind of I just tighten up the prayer a bit. Like imagine there's an enemy trying to kill us and you've got to channel again. I said channel the love, not like walk through every.
Oh, okay. So let's have a conversation, more of a command. Okay.
No. That's also wrong.
Ezra, heal this old woman now.
Can you roll me a religion?
No. She's dead.
Okay. That's a 17.
Can you roll me a D8 and a D4?
Okay, so the D4 is a 1. The D8 is a 3.
Perfect. So your chill dead hand does sap slightly even more life out of her arm when you touch her, but you heal more damage than you did, and the wound she put into her own forearm disappears. And she says, "Okay, so we got a bit of a lesson here. Your prayer style is, let's just say, surprising and unconventional, but it does seem to go over well. And you did heal me more than you hurt me, which is impressive. You receive, as the mists swarm up around you, Shadow Rogue, you get another pop culture reference that helps you perfectly kind of paint this picture for yourself, to lock in the lesson in a way that speaks to you. What pop culture reference explains your healing and prayer style?
That's a good question. What pop culture reference does my healing and prayer style? Shit, I just I don't know.
Something,
okay,
you know, that all the kids are watching nowadays.
Yeah,
make another Mad About You reference.
I just think of that scene in The Simpsons. I got to go back to that well.
It's a deep well.
Yeah, it's a deep, unending well. When Lisa goes in, because Bart, he eats something from the crusty cereal and he has to get his appendix taken out. And then Lisa comes in and then she realizes that Bleeding Gums Murphy is in the bed next to her, and that rekindles a relationship with them, and just the general healing that goes on, and that it also leads to another relationship that's very fulfilling. And Lisa's able to see that kind jazz soul through to his next journey as a ghost. And I just it all swells together. I'm just like, healing's good, and so is love.
Well, I agree with that thesis. So I think what we need to do now is work on healing from a distance and healing without using your hands. And you continue to expound upon your training through that day and through the coming days. You all spend a number of days learning your different skills in the various, sometimes uncomfortable, but almost always enthusiastic ways of your trainers. Tyler, you and Tyler Hecklin just beat the shit out of each other. You do a lot of combat magic. It's all very violent. It's all very extreme. And on the 7th day of your training, you are on your knees in the alley. And Tyler is standing over you with his gross hands on your shoulders. And he is just yelling at you in lizard folk. Just going. And he looks down at you and says, well, what? And he shocks the living shit out of you with electricity combined. And then he just repeats it again. Can you roll me an Arcana?
Yeah. I think I'm getting electrocuted again. That's going to be an 8.
You are electrocuted again.
Why can't I take off the chainmail if this is what we're doing?
You won't be able to take it off on the day. Wow.
I try to focus my hatred for this man and bring forth the magic.
Great. Roll Arcana, give yourself advantage.
That's going to be a natural 20.
Nat 20. Dope. You instinctively, at this moment, master both comprehend language, the spell, and shocking grasp, which means you have achieved all of the spells on your list for your character. And your trainer has said to you, you realize through the translation, tell me you've graduated and I'll give you your graduation gift.
And I say back in lizard speak, I call this one tragic missile, and I want to like grab his hand, electrocute him with shocking grasp, and then rise, turn it so that his joints are kind of being bent the wrong way. I just want to kick him, this old bastard, in the back and send him flying down the alley. Just into his own garbage home or whatever the fuck that is.
With a nat 20, you do it. You break his garbage house. He's just smashed. And he stands up, and you realize as you see him stand up, he's not nearly as rickety as you've thought he's been this week. He's been pulling punches with you this whole time. But he stands around and nods to you with respect for the first time that you've seen.
I would get like scared of like he gets up, like rises like fully fit and like fluid movements. I'm like, oh, I'm in so much trouble. I'm so scared. Oh no, what have I done? I got too cocky.
Don't walk it back now, kid. You did great. You're one of us. You got a couple of years ahead of you to really sharpen those skills, but it's beginning. And that's why I got you this. And he reaches into his house and he pulls out a massive brass sword. It's brass in the handles with a weight at the bottom, and at the top it is stone with lizard folk teeth hammered into it. And you realize he is carrying the sword that the lizard folk mayor had originally wielded against your party. It is a berserk style sword, just a big thing with teeth hammered into it.
Wow.
And he reaches out and gives it to you and says, a lot of people like to sing pretty things when they're blade singers, but you, I think you're going to be a hard rock kind of guy.
Holy shit. Hard rock. Yeah, okay. I get it.
Yeah, we don't have to punch at each other anymore, so there can be jokes now. And he gives you the sword, and you have achieved your full class of blade singer.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Hecklin. Are we done here? Like, will I be able to see you again? Is there more to learn?
Yeah, I'll be around. I'll be around at that kind of thing. I mean, this is where I live. You fit in my hovel. So, listen, you're as ready as you're going to be. Tomorrow you face the Dark One. Kick his ass.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this. Oh, my gosh. The magic was one thing. To have this is... thank you. I really appreciate it. And fuck you, old man.
Ah, perfect. Fuck you too. Okay, bye. And he goes and starts rebuilding his hovel. Adam,
Right, yeah.
you have been training all week with Francine the Frightful. You have graduated from channeling your anger to being able to be mad at anybody in a heartbeat, to be able to be mad at nothing in a heartbeat. Just standing in a quiet room with like calming bells and soothing music. You can still summon your rage even in that environment at a moment's notice. And you've learned to be able to contain that rage. So you choose when it comes out. But it's always stoked and the fire is there. And she has been training you, even while in a rage, to know whether to fight with your weapon single-handed or two-handed, which has seemed ridiculous when you were wielding a rapier until she says, all right, I think you fucking did it, kid. This has been good for you. It's been good for me. Whew. Now you get a real barbarian weapon. None of this shit. She takes your rapier and just breaks it in half. That thing's crap. It's not what you want. You want something that's going to do the real job. And she reaches behind the fireplace where you've learned she keeps all of her training equipment from every day. And she takes out a massive battle axe.
Whoa.
Just bladed on both sides, super sharp, super bright. And it's got a haft that can be wielded with one hand or two. So you can carry it with your shield or you can swing it two-handed if you want. She hands it to you and says, you're a barbarian now. No more fucking around.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Just a quick question. Am I like a little more buff after all this like working out that I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I was kind of like just like doing like push-ups.
I mean, I feel like you're kind of like the new gym version of buff, where like you've been to a gym for a week, so you feel a lot more buff.
Okay.
From the outside, it pretty much looks the same.
But he thinks he looks like super shredder or something like that.
Okay. All right. So I just stand in front of a mirror and I look no different. I'm just like, yeah. And I just kind of like start squatting as she's talking to me. And then I see the axe and I take it and I do like, is it like magic? Do I feel like magic coming through it or something?
It's an axe. You feel like it's an axe.
All right, I get really excited, so I feel like it's magic, and I
Why
like.
did you ask?
Well, if it's magic, then I can do stuff. But I just like I want it to be magic, so I'm just like
Yeah.
pretending it's magic.
Oh,
and so
that's
then
nice.
I raise aloft my magic blade, and I say, I wrote down something because I thought I was like, oh, if Tyler got a sword, maybe I get a sword. So I quickly wrote something down. So I say, for the honor of shadows, I am the power. And then my eyes like blaze red and like they smoke, and I just like laugh, and I just kind of squat a bit in front of the mirror.
And you achieve this ultimate moment of climactic victory. And we cut to the church where Shadow Rogue, you have been training for an entire week to learn healing from a distance, healing up close. You've also started to move into other versions of healing where you can touch someone with your forehead. You can heal with a kiss. You can heal with a touch of your ass. Just learning to use the various body parts instinctually that are not your hands, because you have a history of hurting people with your hands, perhaps as much as you feel them.
Right.
As much as you heal them. Sorry, literally, it works. You feel heal them. It's bad. But you have mastered all of these skills, and you're feeling yourself more closely with Ezra than you ever have before. Can you roll me a religion check with advantage, because you've been training pretty hard?
You have been. Thank you. 13.
13. Good enough. This was a straight down the middle check because you've been training real hard. You actually feel Ezra's presence with you at all times. It's subtle and it's there, but you feel like you are not alone. Despite the fact that you don't have a direct phone line, you do feel like Ezra is watching.
I finally get it now. There's a connection. It's not just about talking.
Exactly. It's not about what you say. It's about what you feel.
Yeah. It's not like
faith.
It's not about saying, "Hey, baby, ooh, give me that loving embrace that I crave so much." It's just about being like, "Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it."
Okay. And your graduation is much more informal than the others, solely because it's actually been a journey inside you. It's not Sister Abasi's ability to name you a cleric. You know when you're a cleric, and coming to the end of this road, you know you're a cleric.
Feeling wise today, sister. Think I'm going to go out and try and change a few souls.
So knowing people in many cases have a transformation of self when they have these kind of big religious changes. Would you keep the name Shadow Rogue, or would you take a new name for yourself in service of Ezra?
Well, the rogue still sticks with me because I still am missing some memories. But you know what? I'm not necessarily a shadow of my old self. I am just a new version. So I will call myself New Rogue.
New Rogue.
Hell yeah.
New Rogue.
New Rogue.
Majestic. And we pan over from New Rogue leaving, having been gifted, leaving, and then just having been gifted a warhammer of your own on the way out the door by Sister Abasi to make sure that you are appropriately equipped as a cleric. The opposite of a baby mallet. You can name yours whatever you want, but it's a big weapon. Del. On the last, can you roll me a wisdom save?
Oh, yep. 12.
12. Can you roll with advantage? This guy has been annoying you all week.
That is 15.
And he scored very poorly on his roll to try to convince you. You've realized after 6 days that you've actually learned everything you can from Rupert Darlin, and you don't have to deal with him today.
Great.
You've completed your journey. You don't need his approval. So you just get to journey around town with your friend, Rumple Foreskin,
Oh,
who comes and finds you. And it's just like, how are you doing, Del? I've been worried about you. You have to look after all those... I mean... They're not here to hear me say it. All those dumb boys, and no one ever asks how you're doing.
oh, Rumple Foreskin. You don't have to even ask me. I just feel better getting to hang out with you.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say. But seriously, like, what's going on with you? What do you want out of this? Like, it seems like your friends want power or religion, or I think just to not die. But like, what do you want, Del?
Yeah, I've not die is very up there, and I mean, I would really like to go home at some point. It just seems like it's gonna be a really big task. So I guess just trying to make the best of it in the meantime. I don't know. I guess I don't often try to sit and think of what I want. I just try to put out fires because there's a lot of fires all the time.
Well, one of the things is if you just keep putting out fires, you're never able to make something fireproof. So maybe you should think about yourself more. You're important to your friends. You're important to me. Maybe you should be important to you.
Yeah. That's great advice, and this is going to seem really contrary to that, but we have to go talk to those bards. I got to figure out why they're listening to that guy, and there's something weird going on with them. But I will circle back to doing things that I care about. Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Okay, let's go see if we can free the other bards from Rupert Darlin's terrible control.
Great, let's do it.
And that's really your first step on the path to officially being a bard, which is trying to stop a small-scale tyrant through discussions of the arts.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 of you have found your classes. All 4 of you have completed your training. And tomorrow you face the Dark One in a battle to the death to determine whether you are truly champions of Ezra or whether you are jesters who are going to die in Ravenloft.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Midnight Creeping by Jonathan Shaw at jshaw.co.uk, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Dio Vassis, Loki Burrito, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.